What's going on YouTube? Kamikazevondoom here with another Division 2 build video. Now I'm going to go ahead and hit that timeout. And I'm just going to go ahead and just do this disclaimer because this shit is going to hit the fan. This is going to be the meta build. I've been in conflict in DZ pretty much every day since TU6. And I know what the meta is. And I went ahead and made my own version of it. This is pretty toxic, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through this build in every aspect. That way you guys fully understand what makes this build so powerful. So this build video might be a little long, so what I'm going to do is I'm making this disclaimer now. I'm going to make another video of nothing but gameplay. So this will be the build breakdown. I'm going to show you guys every little aspect of this build. And then what I'll do either tomorrow or the next day, I'm going to release a video with the exact same title. I'm just going to add gameplay to it. And I'm going to show you guys at least a good 5, 10, 20 minutes of gameplay. Because this is just dumb, you guys. Every single encounter, it doesn't matter. Like, it really doesn't. And I'm sure you guys all saw the community post that I made a few hours ago. So, yeah. This is pretty bad, you guys. Shout out to the DoD, Disciples of Doom. We are always doing work on Xbox. And in fact, before I get into it, let's go ahead and double check. We are now 88 in Conflict, 33 in Clan XP, and a merely 300 for the raid. Alright, you guys, I am Kamikazevondoom. If you guys have any questions, shape, or form, hit me up in the comment section below. If you do like this video, don't forget to mash that like. And if you do decide to subscribe to my channel, make sure you have that notification bell on. That way you guys get notified every single time I post another video. And you guys also get notified when I do my community tab posts. Alright, here we go. This is going to be the meta build. This is my version of it. Basically, since the beginning of TU6 and the rework of Negotiator's Call, it has now become the meta. Because you can use only 3 of the Negotiator's Call to get the gear set bonus that you need to make this work. And then you can stack, like I did, all blues, and this just makes it the most toxic meta build out there. So to put salt in the wound, I am using the Eagle Bearer. I am sorry, you guys, but I'm also using a Shoddy for the secondary and the Demolitionist revolver for my sidearm. I'm using the Demolitionist specialization because you have to use this specialization with Negotiator's Call. It actually says it in there. I'll just scroll real quick. It says requires Demolitionist specialization. So that's why I'm using it. A. B. It gives all my party members damage to targets out of cover. Another thing, in the DZ or in Conflict, you get special ammo quite a bit. And using the demo is basically a one-hit kill no matter what. I mean, there's a few people that can tank it, but for the most part, you can one-hit anybody. This is purely sustainability on sustainability. And yeah, this thing's dumb, you guys. I actually really love this build. So let's start off with the weapons. Eagle Bearer as my primary, just because the base damage is still pretty high even after the nerf in Title Update 6. You could use the AKM or, the FAMAS. I've got them right here to kind of show you guys. Compared to the Eagle Bearer, my FAMAS is at 16.7k, so it's like nearly 4k less than my Eagle Bearer. My custom P416 is, 2k lower than my Eagle Bearer. So, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and stick with the Eagle. And what I did is I chose the KSG shotgun for my secondary. I haven't rolled anything on it, so I could probably take off pommel. But the main reason why I have it is for this protected reload. While equipped, this weapon grants 10% bonus armor while reloading. And it also has 186k base damage. So, say they get in your face, stuff goes south, your armor gets depleted, your negotiators procs, and they are in your face with no armor. You can either choose to hit them with the eagle up close or whip out the KSG shotgun. I actually do prefer whipping out the shotgun because where they have barely any health and they have no armor from my negotiator's blast, it's a one hit and they're dead. So that's pretty fun. The sidearm I am using is from the Demolitionist specialization. Nothing special. Finisher and rhythm, it's nothing too crazy. 51k base. So those are my weapons, you guys. You have to use the demo. I'll probably say that a few more times in this video because I've seen a lot of people try to use Negotiator's Call without Demolitionists, and it doesn't work, so I'm trying to help you guys out. Alright, quick overview of this build. This is a 2-16-3 build. So 2 into red, 16 into blues, and 3 into yellows. As you guys can see on every single piece on this build, I have all blues for the attributes. With all these numbers combined, I get a primary base damage of 20.1k on the eagle. I have 332.2k armor and 335.3k health. So even with all this armor, I still have more health. I love it. This is a lot of fun. Alright, so yeah, obviously 3 negotiators. I'm using 2 Alps, and I'm using 1 Murakami. You can change this in any way you guys want, but I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how I run it. So the main priority of this build is you are going to be tanking everything. Whether it be a skill build player, whether it be a damage player, what have you. You can face tank them. So what you do is you face tank them because 99% of the time you're going to have more armor than them, even at 330. And when they pop your armor off, the negotiators procs, and they get hit with that grenade. Now I still have 335k health, so even if they had more armor than me, I'm going to out-tank them with my health. And my 20k base damage off of the Eagle Bearer is relatively high with the number of reds I have. So what I do is I use the Eagle Bearer because it's probably higher than half of the people I go against because they're skill builds or what have you. So they're probably running, 15 to 18k base damage. So with the Eagle Bearer, I'm out firing them, and with this build and the 16 blues, I am out tanking them. This is a great build, you guys. Alright, so enough of the overview. Let's talk about the actual gear items. So, starting off with the mask, I am running Negotiator's Dilemma. This is a hybrid. So, with that being said, I get the 2 and the 3-piece gear set bonuses from this gear set. The 2 set bonus gives me the 30% explosive resistance, which helps because a lot of people will accidentally kill themselves with this Negotiator's Blast. So it's good to try to stack up on some explosive resistance or just be tanky enough to where it's not going to one-hit you. And then the gear set bonus 3, Blowback. Now this is important, you guys. The whole build is around this. Blowback launches a grenade at a target that depleted your armor, and this can occur every 3 seconds. So, for all of you whizzes out there, you take my armor, okay, by the time I hit a med kit, you take my armor again, it's going to hit you again. So 3 seconds, that's probably about the same amount of time as a armor kit. So, the odds of this proccing numerous times are very high. And with the amount of health you have on this build, you can do this quite a bit. The sustainability with this build is unreal, you guys. Alright, so the attributes, 2 blues. 1 for health and 1 for health percentage. The health, I got just above 21k. And then the health percentage is pretty low. It's the highest I have right now at 7.5%. Now the Negotiator's Mask comes with 1 blue mod slot. So I threw on there armor and total armor. because a lot of my attributes are health related. So I tried to stick as much armor into the mods as I could. For the chest piece, this is a Alps Summit chest piece. With the Alps Summit brand set bonuses, I get skill haste and skill power. Not really, stuff that I want, but it's okay. The Alps Summit gives you the really stupid high attributes. And speaking of which, here are mine. I have health right under 60k, and I have total armor of 22%. Now, what's special about this chest piece, and what you might not see many places, is Mad Bomber is my chest piece. I am not using Berserk. I am not using anything crazy. I am using Mad Bomber. Now, a lot of you don't even use this, and a lot of you don't even know what it is. So let's go ahead and talk about it. The Mad Bomber talent comes on chest pieces. The grenade radius is increased by 50%. And if the grenades that kill an enemy are refunded. The refunded part isn't really a thing you need to worry about, but the grenade radius increased by 50% is what you do need to worry about. Because if you remember, the blowback talent from the Negotiator's Dilemma is a grenade. And now that you're running Mad Bomber, that grenade that you're shooting from your Negotiator's Call is now going to have a 50% higher radius. So you're able to get 2 players down, or even 3 players down, with your 1 Negotiator's Dilemma proc. So yeah, this is pretty crazy. Alright, so with the Alps chest piece, I get 3 mod slots, a red, a blue, and a yellow. So for the red, I threw on as much AR and weapon damage as I could, because this thing, it feels like you're not shooting marshmallows, but you're not melting them like you want to. So you want to try to get as high damage as you can. The yellow mod slot, I threw on there explosive damage and grenade damage, because if you remember, not only from the Negotiator's proc we are getting a grenade, but it does explosive damage. So that helps in 2 different ways. And then for the mod, I threw on there armor, health, and percent health, just to try to even these 2 out. Going down to the holster, this is Negotiator's Dilemma holster. It has 2 blues as the attributes. I've already gone over the gear set bonuses, so we'll skip over that. Now the 2 blue attributes, health and percent health. I've got the health up over 45,000, and then the percent health at 9%. This being Negotiator's Dilemma holster, it comes with a blue and a yellow mod slot. So I chose armor and total armor, and then I went with more explosive and grenade damage. Moving over to the knee pads, Negotiator's Dilemma knee pads. This comes with 1 blue as well. I chose health at 22,457, and then with it being the Negotiator's knee pads, you get a blue and a yellow mod slot. So for the blue mod slot, I went with armor, health, and percent health. And then on the yellow mod slot, I went with more explosive damage. Going over to the gloves, these are Alps climbing gloves. If you guys know anything about my build videos in TU6, I am a sucker for the climbing gloves. This is no exception. So the attribute on the climbing gloves, surprisingly, they're not AR damage, but I chose health at 21,273. The reason why I didn't choose AR damage is because I am running the talent compensated. So compensated requires 3 or less reds, which we do, and it increases your weapon damage by 10% if your crit chance is lower than 20%. And you can see it's active, and yes, I have less than 20% crit chance. This is a tank. This is a Negotiator's Dilemma tank meta build, and I'm not really worried about crit. So we have that. The compensated gives me the 10% damage, and then it also comes with a red mod slot, so I threw more AR and weapon damage on there as well. So with the gloves, I am still getting 16% damage, which is still relatively high. I know on my other climbing gloves with devastating and whatnot, I can get, upwards to 23, 24%. But I really wanted that health to help balance out my armor and health. And finally, Murakami backpack. So this Murakami backpack has 3 blue attributes. It comes with a blue mod slot, and everything else is just helping the sustainability of this build. So the one Murakami piece gives me that brand set bonus of 8% health. The attributes, I have total health at 12.5%, armor at 30,000, and health at 12,000. It came with 2 talents, being efficient. When I use an armor kit, 50% chance it doesn't consume it. And then vital, I get 25% more health. And then like I said, the Murakami backpack comes with another blue mod slot, so I threw more armor, health, and total armor on there. You can change off efficient if you want. My problem is that I had 2 blues and a red roll onto this backpack, so I went ahead and rolled more armor. And that is the gear set items for this build, you guys. This is an insanely toxic meta build. I'm saving all the gameplay because there's so much, it's really, really crazy, you guys. They need to nerf this. This is just horrible, and if they don't nerf this, man, people are going to start getting upset, because the reason why I made this build is I was running around with my Berserk, Spark, blah, 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 and these things, I ran into a group, all of them were wearing negotiators, and they were one-hitting basically everyone in the whole team because they were all running it. So, you get hit from one grenade from one side, you turn around, someone's getting hit from a grenade from another, you get blast from that, and then you're dead. So I went ahead and said, why not make my own? So here it is. I made the tankiest version of that toxic meta build that I possibly could, because not only are you not going to one-hit me with your negotiators, I'm probably going to one-hit you. So, with that being said, the skills I'm using to rub salt in the wound, I'm running the Defender Drone and the Booster Hive. A lot of people like to throw down their Stinger Hives and Flame Turrets and all that jazz, so what I do is I throw down my Booster, I put up my Defender Drone, I face tank the ever-loving crap out of them, and that's it. Game over. If they proc me, that's cool. My grenade will probably destroy their skills, and it'll probably take off all of their armor, if not one-hit them. So this is just, this is good. So for the grenade, you can go with the frag. However, if you look right there, it's at 107k base damage, and the concussion is at 381k base damage. So I'm going with the concussion. And that is the build. So let's finish this up with the stats. Alright, so going down to the weapon stats, this is for the Eagle Bearer. My character is holding in his hand right now. So base damage 20,086. For PvP it's 13.8k. I only have 10 crit chance, so I can get that compensated to proc. I have 40 crit damage and 55 headshot damage. Going over to the offensive tab. So even with 2 reds, I'm still sitting at 12.5% weapon damage and 25% AR damage. So what's that? That's giving me 37.5% damage. 37.5% damage off of 2 reds. That's not bad. Not bad at all. And scroll down here, I get the health damage from the Eagle Bearer, and then I have additional 38% explosive damage for my Negotiator's Dilemma. Go down to the defensive tab, show you guys the tankiness. So you have 332,201 armor. You have 335,331 health. and 102. This is just outrageous. The explosive resistance, you're getting 30% from the demo, and you're also 50% pulse resistant. There is no hazard protection on this build. However, I do have 20% burn resistance. But for the hazard protection as a whole, I have 0 because I am out tanking everything, and you really honestly don't need it, you guys. You honestly don't need it. You throw down the booster, you put on the defender drone, and while they're shooting you, you can still tank it and hit them while getting hit with skills. It's really easy. Trust me, it is really, really easy. I have 20% skill haste, and that's about it, you guys. Nothing else too crazy. So, last overlook. 2.16.3 build. This is my Negotiator's Dilemma meta build. This is just insanely toxic and a lot of fun. I will be posting a all gameplay video probably tomorrow or the next day. It's going to be all gameplay. So don't expect a build video at the end. Don't expect it in the middle. None of that crap. It's just going to be this build just going ape shit in the DZ and in conflict. This crap is so much fun, you guys. I just feel bad because you literally win every single encounter you're in. Even when you get hit from a dude from behind, that grenade hits that guy from behind. So if you're face tanking one guy and the other guy's hitting you, if that other guy that's shooting you from the back drops your armor, the grenade hits that guy while you're face tanking the other one. So you can easily 2v1 people. But alright, enough of that. I think I beat that dead, didn't I? Alright, there's Disciples of Doom. Shout out like always. And Kamikazevondoom. I'll see you guys in Conflict or the DZ. If you see that DOD tag, hit us up. I'll see you guys later. Peace. Oh, and don't forget to mash that like, subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.